Alex Buenig with Kate Cypress and Danny Sabatello, who returns to action at Bellator 282. Danny, how are you?
Doing great, bro. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm happy to be talking with you. 3 weeks out. How you feeling?
Yeah, I feel really fucking good. With this fight, I have a long training camp. Most of my fights, I don't get this long of a training camp. Usually they're short notice and something happens, but it's nice that I've had this guy in my mind for a while now. I always knew I was going to fight Higo. Even going into that Lugo fight, I knew I was going to win and fight Higo since he had the bye in that first round. So it's finally nice to finally be here. We're about 3 weeks away exactly from today. And everything's going great. Couldn't be any better. I just wish it was fucking tomorrow.
I mean, how does it feel like knowing your opponent, having a nice long training camp, like something you've really never had, right? And like you had an opponent, you knew the date, you know?
Yeah, it's great, especially because this specifically with this opponent, he sucks. So it's really not too much stress on the body or mind or anything like that. When you go into these training camps, you kind of have your partners simulate the guy that you're going to fight. And with this stylistic matchup, I've been telling my sparring partners just to spar me really shitty because that's what I'm going to see in the cage June 24th with Higo. So everything's been going great. Training's great. No injuries or anything like that. Feeling really good. Gonna go in there, beat the shit out of the guy. I'm told he's a jiu-jitsu guy. I don't really see it. I know he's got a little bullshit guillotine, but I think I'm gonna be too heavy, too much pressure with him, and I'm just gonna fucking break him. This fight is 5 rounds. That's perfect for me. I was made for 5 rounds. I got a high pace, and he's a pussy, so it's gonna be great. I get to break him and have some fun.
Awesome, man. Who were some of those partners that you've been training with?
Yeah, mainly Tony Gravely, who's fighting actually tomorrow, and Pedro Munoz. Pedro's a really good jiu-jitsu guy. He's also got Sean O'Malley coming up, so it was perfect because I'm kind of tall, kind of similar to Sean. I'm not much of a stand-up guy as he is, but it's been perfect. So yeah, those were some of the two partners. And again, I told them just to spar me really shitty, not really do much, kind of be lame, boring, and they did a great job of doing that.
Before we get to your fight, man, you're on Twitter, uh, and I mean, you kind of made a splash. But what was the decision to finally get on Twitter?
Yeah, if it were up to me, I wouldn't be on it. But Bellator kind of wanted me to get on it, and a lot of the fans were saying they wanted me to get a Twitter. So you know what? What the hell? Just got it. But I can't stay on it too much. This is my first time having it, and I don't really believe in it too much. I don't really give a fuck about someone's lunch or what they're eating or whatever. This isn't the Kardashians. And believe it or not, I have a bit of a temper. So I always thought if someone were to tweet at me and talk shit, I'd probably find out where they are and just try to go beat the shit out of them. And, I don't want a lawsuit. That's not good for them. That's not good for me. It's not good for anybody. So the key is to go on there here and there, but I can't get caught up in it too much. If I go on there and I look at some dumb fuck talking shit to me, I swear to God, I'm going to get on a plane and go find them and break their fucking head open. So the key is not to go on it too much, but yeah, I'm going to have a little bit of fun with it.
It's understandable. It's understandable. It's understandable, man. There's a lot of people on there that'll try and get you to come fucking beat them up.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of times these guys are fucking pussies. You look at them and they're just losers. A lot of people that are talking trash online, if they saw me in person, they'd ask for an autograph. So I don't try to put too much stock in it. But you know what? There should be consequences for your mouth and talking that trash online. The good thing is about being online is they think that they're safe. They can say this shit because they're safe, but they're not safe. I have a way of finding out anybody. And yeah, so hopefully that doesn't ever happen. God willing, it doesn't happen. But you know what? I can't see the future. I could get in trouble with it a little bit, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
I wanted to go back to Jordan Lugo, man. There was a lot of trash talk. I wanted to ask you, man. So, like, your trash talk is fantastic. But how do you, as soon as the fight's over, turn it off and like be respectful? Like, is it just like, does that come from the wrestling background, like from college wrestling and everything? Like, where does it come from?
Yeah, I don't know where it comes from. It just everything's different after the fight. Just because I'm not invested in them anymore. You know what? I'm done with them. I already ate my food. I'm done with it. I already tortured them. I already beat the shit out of them. I talked my trash. I backed it up. And then I'm kind of on to the next thing. You know what? I don't really care about them. It's not that I have respect for them or I like them now. It's just more so of just, okay, that was in the past. See you later. Obviously I'm going to go into every fight and I'm going to talk trash and I want to fucking kill these guys. The fact of the matter is we're going into a cage and you might not even come out. So I need to tap into this mindset of it's either kill or be killed. So I want to go in there and I legitimately want to fucking kill these guys. You know what? Because if that's the mindset that I have going in, I know I have a really good chance of succeeding. So then once that fight's over, I just don't really see a need to talk more trash or do anything like that. With this fight specifically against Higo, I actually really don't like him. So I might continue to talk trash after because I just want to bust his fucking head open for missing weight all those times. But yeah, with that fight with Lugo after I beat him, you know what? It's all said and done. It's good. I hope he has a really good career. I know he's a really skillful guy and he's young in his career. He's now 8-1, and I think he's going to be really good coming up. But yeah, once that fight ends, I have no more interest in the guys. And you know what? It's just see you later.
While Brett Johns is the bigger name, do you think your win over Lugo was a more complete performance?
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of put them both on the same pedestal just because, you know what, with that Brett Johns fight, that was my first fight in a major promotion and it was on 5 days notice. You know what, I had to fight smart. I had a big weight cut. I got the call from my manager 5 days before the weight cut. So obviously that was going to affect the way you fight. And I straight dominated him. That's a guy that was top 10 in the UFC. And for me to take the fight on 5 days notice, make the weight like I fucking said I would, instead of Higo, he would probably miss the fucking weight by 30 pounds. So that was a good fight. Everything circumstantial was awesome. And then I guess, with that performance against Lugo, that was also obviously a really stellar performance. So putting both into perspective, they were both really good wins. I don't know which one was better than the other. I think Lugo isn't really on the level of Brett Johns, but I did perform better against Lugo. So I put them as the same. Either way, they're both in the past to me. I'm looking in the future, June 24th at the Mohegan Sun Arena against Leandro Higo and just bashing that guy's fucking face in. If I don't really care about my wins before now. To me, I'm 0-0. Higo is 0-0, and one of us is not coming out of that fucking cage. It's 5 fucking rounds, so I got plenty of time to play with my food, and I just want to fucking break the guy,
I did want to ask about Patchy Mix versus Gucci. What do you think of Patchy Mix's performance?
Yeah, I was shocked, but it's just really surprising because I think Patchy sucks. I think he's not a good fighter. He has this one move where he gets it on a guy's back and he gets his hooks in. And he's really good there. But if he doesn't get there, he's absolutely brutal. I think he's a below average fighter if it's not for that. But you know what? The guy had a game plan. He went out there and he executed it. I think that happens 1 out of 100 times against Horiguchi. But you know what? That was the one time. So you can't talk too much trash. You can't bang on it too much. He did go out there. He did get the win. So all credit to him. But that's a guy that I think will lose in the next round, whether it's to Barzola or Magomedov. Yeah, I was very surprised by that. That was his only route to victory, was getting on Horiguchi's back and not doing a single thing and making the fight boring, which it was. But you know what? He got the win. This is fighting. Crazier things have happened. Anybody can win in a fight. Even if the odds are 1,000,000,000 to 1, there's always that one chance. It's always crazy in there. And that cage, everything is different. When you step into that cage, all the records, everything goes out the window and you just never fucking know. That's what's exciting, especially with this tournament. I wasn't even supposed to be in this fucking tournament, and now I'm one of the favorites to win the whole fucking thing. So this is one of the most exciting fucking Grand Prix ever. And it's only going to get even more exciting after I spark Higo.
Yeah, man. I think you are, it's you and Stotts are the clear favorites, man. And it's exciting to see. And before we get to Higo, I mean, I think you versus Stotts, that's the fight. Like, that's the fight. You guys are both stellar fighters, stellar athletes. It sucks that it's going to be in the semifinals, not the finals. But man, like that is the fight. Are you looking forward to that fight?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a fight that people are already talking about too. And it's like, whoa, hold on, I still have this fucking piece of shit Higo. But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't already looking forward to it, because I know he talks trash. I don't think he's very good at talking trash. Honestly, I think he sucks at it. But it's nice that he does talk trash. He puts forth the effort. He stages a couple things. He has a couple things planned before talking. So to me, it just comes off corny, and I think it's terrible. But at least he's trying. So, and in terms of his skill set, if you compare it to mine, I don't think he's very good, but compared to other people, I think he is pretty good. So obviously me and him are the two best in this tournament. That would be in the semifinals after I beat Higo. And that's going to be a fun one. But right now, I got clear tunnel vision on Higo. Sometimes you get in trouble if you start overlooking opponents. The fact of the matter is anybody can win on any given day. Even if I can beat Higo 364 days of the year, what if that one day is June 24th? You never know. So obviously, I just got to only put stock into Higo for now. But you know what? I should fucking beat the shit out of him. There should be no problem. I should fuck him up. He's not on my skill level. He's not on my intelligence level. He's not on any level of mine. So yeah, that will be a fun fight. I don't know where or when it'll be. They haven't announced that yet, but that's going to be a fun fucking fight. And the winner of that fight is obviously going to win the tournament.
June 24th. How do you get your hand raised?
It's going to be a TKO in the fourth. You know what? I think I could finish him sooner. I think I could finish him actually in the first round, but I don't want that. I want to fucking torture this motherfucker. This is a guy that has missed weight his last 2 fights. And not only that, he's missed weight about 4 or 5 times throughout his fucking career. And to me, that's just pathetic. He's not a man. He said he's going to do something and he doesn't fucking do it. There is no excuse for not making weight. And all he does is not make weight like a little bitch. So I got to fucking punish him for it. I really don't fucking like the guy. I want to cut him open. I always say my goal going into this fight against Higo specifically is to give him between 21 and 29 stitches on his fucking face. I need him scarred coming out of that cage. I want to fucking make this bloody. I want to give the fans a show. And not only that, I want to have them take home blood with them. I want the first 3 rows on the cage to get blood spewed all over them coming from this motherfucker's face. I got to torture this guy, and then I'll put him out of his misery. I know in the second or third round, he's going to get a little tired and he's going to look for a way out, but I'm not giving it to him. I'm not going to fucking put him to sleep just yet. I'll put him to sleep in that 4th round.
And then finally, in the main event, your teammate Johnny Elvin's fighting Mousasi. It's another crack Mousasi for American Top Team. What do you think of the matchup?
Yeah, it's actually a great matchup for Johnny. Johnny's one of my closest friends. He wrestled at Missouri. I wrestled at Purdue. We kind of came into American Top Team around the same time. He was there maybe a year before me. But we were always good friends. We knew each other in college. And it's just so funny to see how far we've come. I still remember the first couple of weeks at ATT. Me and him were both like, what the fuck is going on? We didn't know how to throw a punch. We didn't know any of this jujitsu shit. And now we're the main event and co-main event and the biggest promotion in Bellator on Showtime Sports. So it's pretty fucking awesome. The good thing is he's got Mousasi, which is obviously an absolute stud. That guy seems invincible. So if he gets this win, it's going to be even better. And I know he's really looking forward to the opportunity. He's very confident in his skill set. I'm very confident in him. All of American Top Team is confident in him. And that's going to be a really good fucking fight.
Yeah, can't wait. Can't wait. Danny, thank you so much for your time, man. I really appreciate it. If you want to plug your social media, plug any sponsors, you want to thank anybody, floor is yours.
Yeah, he goes a bitch.